Hello, everyone. Hello, Shelly. It is nice to see you back today. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday. I know it is a bit cooler. Finally, we have a little break from all the extreme heat that we've had here in Ontario. It is finally, you can go outside and actually hang out outside. It's a good temperature. You're not out there sweating as soon as you walk out the door, which is nice. So hopefully, Shelly, you are getting some good weather in Saskatchewan where you are. Today, it's going to be a quicker live, probably. I say that, but who knows? I could be on here for longer than I thought. You had over half an inch of rain last night. Yes, you desperately needed it. Well, that's good. We had a little trickle of rain yesterday, not enough, but you needed it more than we do. So I'm glad you got some. Hopefully, we'll get some this weekend. I don't know. So. Okay. 3/4. I'm just going to jump into it. Oops, there we go. I'm going to use one of the card packs here. I specifically picked the card pack because the papers had a few more of like the ballerina / fairy girls, and personally, I kind of liked the card pack more because it didn't have as many of those elements. It was a bit more Christmassy. It had the nutcracker in it, which I really love. So we'll open it up. On the back, you can see some cards for inspiration. Then you've got 6 card bases, your papers, which are all double-sided. And I love the colors. It's not like a bright pink or a soft pink that I normally go for, but it is like a mahogany reddy pink, which I really like too. And then we have some pre-cut elements. And I did grab some snow effect. I'm not sure I'm going to use that. I also have this gold-plated paint that I think I'm going to use. And then I also have some gesso possibly. And this is light and fluffy modeling paste. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it on this project. I also grabbed the pearl white, which has got a nice shimmer to it, and champagne. And then I thought the copper might complement this, but I think it's a little bit too orange now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think those colors would be best, especially the gold. So we'll see what I end up playing with. There's also a big fly buzzing in around here, so hopefully you don't hear it or see it. This we will be getting. We missed it on our first order from the Crafters Workshop. If you don't know, I have used this in my last 2 lives. It honestly might be 3 now. I can't remember. But this is made in Canada, and I really love this stuff. Yes, I'm just going to wing it. I wing it every time. Honestly, surprisingly, winging it works out best for me. If I put too much pressure in planning, I find that sometimes I just have too much of what I want to do that I don't end up doing it and I'm not happy with it. So winging it, I'm normally happier with the outcome, which is good. So I'm going to not follow the picture, all the card samples on the back. All 6 of these cards you can make with all the items in the kit. But today I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and see what I create. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer, and we're just going to start cutting and piecing together some cards. So some of these you'll notice are a little bit less detail. So like the Christmas tree, I think would be beautiful here, but then there's also a nice bell. There's a landscape one with stockings hanging. Ooh, that's a really pretty one too. The Christmas tree in the corner, just nice backgrounds. Got some presents. Nice just backgrounds, music notes, door. Some of these you really don't need to add much to. So let's start cutting. I think one that I really like, I like this one and the first one I was looking at. Not that one. Not that one. I think it was, yes, this one. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going to go with this one. I'm not going to use the door one yet. I think I'll save that towards the end. I think I'm getting sick, so if you hear me sniffling, I do apologize. I will try not to. Right, got that. Now there's just a sliver I want to clean up. There we go. Then I'm going to grab one of my bases and just make sure that that is measured correctly. Perfect. Okay, now let's look at the elements I can decorate this with. So I think I'm going to pop the tree out, because the nice thing about the tree is I could actually do like a half of a tree and put half on another page. So let's see how that would look. I like that these just pop out. I was going to do the mini project sheet, but I was like, that's going to take too long for me to fussy cut on camera, so skipped that. So like I could do half of the tree, because the whole tree, that's the whole card basically. I could even do that. And then just add a sentiment, because that is the whole card. But I think if I cut it in half, I'm just going to cover this half just to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And then I'm thinking I'm going to add the nutcracker onto it. If I can, there we go. Add the nutcracker beside, on top. Maybe not. I don't think I like that. Okay, so I'm going to do the whole tree, but you know what I'm going to do? I did grab a couple stencils. I want to, I think, add a bit of shimmer around this tree for the paper. I'm going to grab a makeup sponge. I haven't, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it the way I've done it before. This is the gold-plated metallic acrylic paint, and then my sponge. And what I'm going to do is just run this along the edge. And since it is paint, I can clean it up nicely. And this is just going to add a bit of gold. Now, since this is not necessarily a paint, I can't even really see it on camera. Let me try the champagne. See if that shows up better. The gold plated is like a just sparkle basically that you're adding. It's not popping enough, I think, with this color. So I'm going to try the paste. Oh, wait, there we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So I'll do the whole thing and you should be able to see the difference. And then just going along the edge. This kind of makes it a bit more vintage looking too, in a way. But just add that nice gold. This paste, I have been addicted to these pastes since we have gotten them in. I've used them in every project I think I've done since we have gotten them in stock. They are so much fun to play with. And you will see me use them a lot more as well. All right, so you can kind of see, let me add the white background. It should help it pop a bit. That gold, come on, focus, focus. Oh, does it want to focus? You can see that gold ever so slightly. It just adds a bit more detail. I think think I'm going to add it to the tree as well. And since it is a sponge, it should go inside the grooves a little bit better. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Lisa. And Linda is watching. So I'm just going to add the gold around the tree. I don't want globs of it on, so if you've got a glob, you want just it to kind of absorb into the sponge a bit. If you've got globs, it will not look terrible, but this just kind of blends in a little bit better. I just added a glob, but I just blend it out. All right, now my tree has got the edges gold. Around my frame is gold. And now let's choose a sentiment. This is going to be a quick and easy one. I think I might do the Xmas and then fussy cut that out for something else. I think is what I might do. So I'm going to clean this up before I make a big mess. All right, and I only have dry baby wipes, so that's good. Forgot to close it last week. Okay, so pick a sentiment. Cut this. It is cool outside, but for some reason I am melting in this studio. I wish I had a thermostat to tell you what temperature it was in here. Okay, I'm going to cut the circle off of the Xmas. I just want the sentiment. And then I'm just going to trim the bottom to make it look a little bit more even. Xmas. And then I'm also going to add the gold. See if there's a bit more on my palette knife around the sentiment. Can't really see it too well on camera. Come on, it is not focusing. This camera is gonna make me very angry today. You can kind of see it there. It's not showing too well on camera. Just a hint of gold. Right, so if I add that there and add that up there, I wonder, I think that's going to be it. This will be a nice quick card. So I'm going to foam pad that. If you'll notice too, we don't have much on the website right now, so this was really the only thing we have in stock. Yes, lots of people have been buying, so you'll notice our website's looking a little bare right now, but we have tons of new, especially Christmas items coming in. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my smaller foam pads. Here they are. But yes, this is really the only thing that we have in stock right now for new product. I think all in Create we might have inventory of. It's just there's a glitch on the website. I think I was just talking to one of my coworkers about it. Hello, Darlene. So I'm going to add that down here. And then my sentiment. I wish you could see the gold there. The back, you can see it a little bit better on the back. There's less, it's not so busy, so it focuses a bit better. So you can see the gold on the reverse. Let's see if the front, you can kind of see it. So that is the effect that that gave. Those are too big. Some little foam pads. Okay, and put that up there. And then I'm thinking I might add some gesso on top. I think it needs that. So gesso is just gonna kind of add like fake snow maybe. So need that and a water brush. Just make sure it's clean. Yes, it is. I normally squeeze a bit of water into it, even though it is liquidy. Just the more liquidy, the easier it is to splatter. Don't want it too full, otherwise I'm going to get large splatters, so that should be good. A bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to set that aside before I add it onto my card base. You can see the gesso there just sprinkled on. Let that dry quickly and we'll move along to the next card. I'm going to try and leave that there because I think I'm going to want to use it again. So the next card, let's pick our face again. I am thinking, wonder. Okay, I have an idea I'm going to try. So I'm going to tear along this corner. Tear it like this. So in a diagonal. And then this one, I'm going to cut in half because I want the bell. I think I'm going to tear the corner with the bell in it. Then I'm going to tear this. And you'll notice I got a bit too much of the white, so I'm just going to go along and take a bit more of that white off because that was kind of a horrible tear job, but whatever. Kind of fixed it. Not the exact corner I wanted, but it'll work. So let's see. This is a good background. And these are good backgrounds. So one of those should work. I am going to cut them in half because it's a bit easier to visualize that way. And hopefully I don't land that in the gesso. So let's see, I feel like on the wooden background, this might pop a little bit nicer. And I think I might ink the white that is showing as well. So that is the idea. Then I've got to figure out what's going to go in here. So let's pull out the sentiments. There is this. I am going to actually quickly fussy cut this. Because now I can kind of use this as an extra decorative element. There. Wishing you know. I need something that'll pop on this background too. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. December 25. Where's more? I think I'm going to do the, I think Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Could change my mind. Yes, this paper is very pretty. I love the colors. Okay, that's one that I was thinking of, and I'm just going to cut the other one. I was thinking of using, so I've got options. Okay. Holy, this is looking like a disaster already back here. Oh, I just remembered. There's these. Okay, I'll save those for the next. Okay. Bring this back. I think I might just start attaching. And I think I'm going to leave the white actually. Because I have an idea. I might add idea. Okay, we're coming back. I have an idea. Okay, now I'm excited. Where did my sentiments go? There they are. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to use the wooden one because it matches with the background paper. I'm just going to clean up the edges on it. I'm going to use that. Glue this down on one of the subtle background papers. I think this one. And I'm going to do the tearing around it. So let's tear the top. Okay, one tear. Need to tear the side. And then tear the bottom. I'm not going to glue it yet because there is a possibility I accidentally tear the sentiment. Knowing myself, that would happen. Oh, it's in the gesso. Okay. Now, carefully tear that. Tear this edge. Okay, and fit this back in. And I'm just going to fix the top tears a little bit. Let's tear that. There we go. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, because that'll help pop the sentiment a bit. So now I'm thinking this is like a torn card. Put that there. And then put that in the middle. I think I like that. Let's just see landscape-wise how this would look. Because I could do the opposite corner and have this in the middle. Or I could just do it like that and have, no, not there. Okay, let me see if there's another corner piece quickly that I like, that I might be able to put in the top right corner. All right, I don't see any like elements that I want to include, so let's go back to the original way. I'm going to foam pad these. So my first foam pad is going to be 1 millimeter, and then I think I'm going to double up the thickness afterwards for the next layer. Try and make this as straight as possible. And then the second one, 3D it even more. I have some thicker foam pads. Ooh, these are actually ideal because they're 1.5 millimeters. So they're only 1/2 inch thicker. Okay, top. Now I could have inked the white a reddish color, but I think the white pops nicely. Then this will go maybe tucked under one layer and then coming out the other. I always like to have like multiple layers. Or does it all go on top? No, I don't like it all on top. Okay, I'm going to add the sentiment. I'm going to 3D that with my 1 millimeter. Gosh, I can't get this. There we go. I am going to add this on. You guys might also notice I'm a bit off today. I'm literally, I don't know what it is. I woke up so tired. So I am a little bit, I feel like not as loud as I normally am. Okay, and I'm going to 1 millimeter the back of this. So I'm just going to put it in this section. But next week, oh no, next week I won't be here. You guys are going to get a recording next week. I'm going camping. And for those who know the area, I'm going to Sharbet Lake, which I'm really excited for. Bon Echo is my favorite place to go. But they are always so booked. So we went to Sharbet. And I can't wait. We just bought a new tent. Okay. There we have another card. Now this, I'm just wondering. No, okay. Let's add it to a base. Right, there is one. Now let's add the other card onto that. I don't think I can talk. This is a bit wet because I have just cleaned the nozzle, so it's got a bit of water in there. What was I saying? Oh, I'm adding this back now that it's dry. Hopefully that fly is going to kill itself in my lights. Probably hear it going crazy. This is a little bit crooked. I'm just going to fix that. There we go. Okay, there's 2 done. We are going to do another one. I still have lots of toppers and those pop-out elements left. I haven't even used them yet. Yes, I will have a wonderful time in nature. I cannot wait to wake up and hear the sound of birds. That's my favorite part about camping. All right, let's do another one. We have the door here, which I quite like. So I'm thinking either the Nutcracker or the snowman. I think I like the snowman. And a sentiment that blends in too much, so I think I might like this one. Where would my paper trimmer be? There it is. And I think I might add paste onto this one. I will have a pre-recording done for next week. Fingers crossed we get some new product by then. We should. We normally get product every week. But yes, next week I'll do a pre-recording. I always do a pre-recording when I'm not here. I might even cut the wreath off and make it a square. I'll decide that in a minute. Let's add some paste around the door. I have this stencil here from the Crafter's Workshop. Now, I was debating between stars or this, but I don't think I have any stars. I'm taking a quick look because there is a slight possibility. No stars. Okay, we'll do this. And I'm going to use, debating. The gold would look nice, but then that wouldn't look like snow. So let's do an actual snow color. I need to grab my palette knife. Give it a quick clean. Again, I left my baby wipes out. Not smart. Open so they're all dry. So I'm just going to damp it with water. And hope I can get, there we go, it's coming off now. And then I'm going to put this on my palette. Okay. Of this, I'm going to just add, and I'm not going to do this, I think, too perfect. I think I'm going to add it in sections. I might end up regretting that, though. No, I'm going to add it all the way around. And just avoiding the door. If I get some over the door, not a big deal. I know some's getting over it right now. It's okay. Okay, and then along the edge here. Alright. Just a little bit I'm missing. Okay, now fingers crossed this will look good. Yeah, I'd say that looks good. Oh no, I forgot. I'm gonna have to soak this later. I don't have any way to dry that or clean it. Set that aside. Close this up before I forget. I'm just going to wipe this up. And then I'm going to heat that just to dry quickly. I actually wonder if I should do the bubble effect. Okay, I'm going to try a bubble effect using the heat gun. All right, starting to bubble. You can kind of see, you should be able to see it bubbling up now. So hopefully you see that. All right, hopefully you guys got to see that trick that I just did. So now they are actual like bubbles. They are more 3D. You do need to let it dry like that. Right now I could go in and squish it, but I don't want to. I want to keep that 3D texture. So I'm going to add my snowman with some foam pads. If I can get the backings off, ever since I cut my nails, I've been struggling. Okay, add the snowman. Like so. Then the sentiment I was thinking of adding was Merry Christmas. I think I'm going to cut that into a smaller sentiment. I'm just going to trim it all to make it smaller. I can't get it out. Let it go. Turn it around. That should be a better size to go up in the corner there. Or I might actually put it, well, that would not look bad in front of the doorway there. Maybe if I framed it, no, too big. I'm just gonna set it there. Wow, it's already drying. Holy. So the bubbles are taking form. You can see it, and it's pretty well dry. Wow, impressive. Okay, cool. Is that the sentiment? I'm gonna, I think, add some of that gold around it again because I feel like it needs something. Where did I put that gold? There it is. Oops. I'm just gonna honestly just pick some up with a sponge. There, so when the light reflects off of it, it'll pop a little bit better. All right, that definitely made a difference. So I'm gonna foam pad that, and I'm gonna push down and hope that it adheres with the bubbles I just added. There. Yeah, definitely squished the bubbles behind, so I think it should be good. All right, let's add it to the base. I am squishing the bubbles a bit. It's not completely dry enough. So I should have left it probably and waited until the bubbles dried, but it doesn't look bad. I'm just going to use my little pokey tool to get this flat without squishing all the bubbles. Okay, there we go. Now the cards. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Let's do another one. I said I'd probably be quick today, but here we are. We're on a roll, so let's keep going. Alrighty, next card. Let's pick from my bases again. I have this lovely nutcracker. Music notes. That would be a good landscape. Oh, there is one piece that I fell in love with. Where is it? Oh, that's a really nice background one too. I didn't even see that. Where is that one? I'm looking for a particular paper I cannot find. What did I do? Oh, there it is. This one here. So I'm going to use that. I need my paper trimmer that I keep losing. This one will probably, I'll add more toppers too, because I honestly haven't used many of them, which normally I use those up quickly. So we've got a wreath that I think would look really nice if I can pop it out. Wreath with a candy cane. I think there is a nutcracker kicking around here. I don't think I used it. No, I found it. Candy cane. Could have it coming out from the wreath. That might be kind of cute. I do feel like it might be getting lost in the background though. Okay, maybe not the wreath. It's a bit big. Let's look for a sentiment. May your home be filled with love and laughter this Christmas. I feel like that's a good sentiment. Maybe something like that. Could have the candy cane. Something else needs to be poking out over here. That, and there's a stocking and a bow and some pine cones. They look like sparkly pine cones. That. I think I need to frame this on something. That pop out. So I'm just piecing things together, trying to figure out what looks best. Okay, not the bow. Could do another pine cone coming out. Okay, I'm gonna frame this because it needs a backing of some sort. So let's see what I've got for paper left over. I've got this. There is this. This might be too close. I could do white, just regular white, but I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Maybe popping it's not a good idea. Okay, we're not gonna pop it. We're going to come back and we're going to do what we were just doing. So I'm going to add this pine cone. So I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Put that there. Don't want to lose too much of the pine cone. Then I'll add a little bit back. Have this stick out. Thank you, Evelyn. And And then, before that glues too quickly, let's just see. That might also look good there. Okay, half a wreath. Oh gosh, I don't know what I'm doing now. Half a wreath here with the nutcracker. No. Okay, I think I don't mind that. But I feel like the nutcracker needs something. Let's look for maybe a present beside it. I think that's better. Okay, I'm going to foam pad that. And then I can get the backing off. Oops. Thought I was done. I forgot this part. Holy, there we go. My fingers are not working today. I might have it go off the page a smidge, and then I will just cut whatever is hanging off with scissors. And then I'm going to foam pad the present. To overlay ever so slightly. Just lay over top. Oh, there we go. And then the nutcracker will go beside on its own. And I think this one I will do a thicker foam pad. So no, I'm going to keep the same foam pads. Out of my big ones, I think I might have to use the teeny tiny. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to have to use the teeny tiny ones, which drive my fingers crazy, but that's okay. Pulling off strips, so it's honestly kind of working out in my favor. Right now, this part is the annoying part, removing the backings of your foam pads. Okay, I need to get something done with these nails next week. Actually, no, I'm camping next week. Okay, well, in 2 weeks, you guys will see me with better nails. I'm going to, I'm starting to sweat. This is making me angry. There we go. Come on, get off. Oh my god, I'm literally destroying these foam pads. I'm like picking them up almost. Okay, this is going to be my last card because I am out of big foam pads and I can't deal with these tiny ones. I don't understand how some people do it. Okay, get off. See, look at how butchered that is. Okay, there we go. Maybe it needs a bow there. I think it does. And I'm going to use a thicker foam pad because that one is driving me too crazy. So I'm using this one. Okay, now card base. Where is your pick tool? My pick tool doesn't work the greatest with getting the foam pad backing off because it just picks right into the foam and it wants to remove all the foam pads. So it works wonderfully with tape, but with my foam pads, it does not work as great. Okay, so that is another one. So we have this one, first landscape one I did. That one, just some tearing. This was the first one with just some gold around the edge from the stencil butters. And then the stencil butter with the snow. All right, well, I hope you guys had fun. Today was not my normal kind of live. It was also, I was feeling unmotivated today too. So definitely see going with the flow. I'm very happy with how the cards turned out. But yes, next week I'll do a pre-recording, and fingers crossed we have some other new arrivals. I hope Studio Light. I love doing Studio Light, so I'm hoping that we get some of that in. But yes, I have lots of leftover papers and elements. Like, I still have all of these left in the sheet, so I could keep going, but I'm going to end it here because my nails are driving me crazy. Okay, well, thanks to everybody who joined me. I'm going to give away one of the card packs that I just used. And for this, I'm just going to go through the comments. I feel like that works out pretty well. So that also encourage you to comment next week. Actually, next week I'm probably going to do a Facebook group winner. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to scroll through. And it is Shelly. Congrats, Shelly. This will be sent with your next order. I do check regularly, so yeah, I'll just keep checking every now and then this will get sent with your order. Okay, I will see you guys. Well, you'll see me next week. Just a reminder, it will be a recording that will go live at the same time as normal, and then I will be back the week after. I prefer doing them live, so I'm glad it's just 1 week that I will have to do a pre-recording of. All right, bye everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.